Mangalam Kaushalendraya Mahaniya Gunabdhaye Chakravarti Tanujaya Sarvabhaumaya Mangalam. My blissful gorgeous Hanumanji is wandering in Lanka in this night, observing, watching every happening, looking for Sita ji where she is. Rakshasas were involved in innumerable activities because night is there, they enjoy, they become powerful, they become extra sensitive in the night to eat, drink and marry. They were, although the Rakshasas, not all were atheists, many of them were studying the Vedas, but they were allowed to study only that commentary of the Vedas which Ravana has written, only those philosophies which Ravana has composed. They were practicing only those mantras which were adjusted to Ravana's various themes. More than anything, Ravana's Uddisha Tantra was popular. In this book, he had given his own methods for attaining a long life, developing extraordinary sexual powers and killing anyone through mental telepathy and controlling all kinds of black magic, white magic and sorcery. Witches were working spell at midnight when Sri Hanumanji landed on Lanka. Their terrifying tamasic worship went in vain. Instead of a colored flame, there arose only a horrible smell. It is but natural that with the entrance of a holy man, all evil practices or ghostly rituals are hampered. Okay? As soon as an enlightened saint, a realized soul, and God-intoxicated person enters, the evil practices or ghostly rituals are hampered. Where is Mother Sita? Hanumanji's ears were eager to hear talk regarding Sita. His eyes were hungry to see Sita's divine form. He was rushing from one place to another seeking her. The buffaloes, asses and deers were being fried, barbecued. Many Rakshasas were intensely engaged in eating raw flesh, chewing terrifyingly and drinking the warm blood or wine. They would dance out of madness of joy. Many beautiful girls were engaged in nude dancing. They were exciting everybody by touching the erotic joints of each of the participants who were sitting and eating. And more, they were gobbling. Hanumanji wandered everywhere. He would jump like a grasshopper from the middle of one group to another. No one had any time to pay attention to a tiny creature. It was midnight as Hanumanji stood in front of Ravana's palace. It was guarded by hundreds of armed soldiers. Each and every corner of the palace was full of light as if it were day. At 12, Ravana dismissed the assembly where he and his ministers were enjoying a dance program with with supper, and he entered his private apartment. Then the soldiers felt grief, and many of them became drowsy. At that moment, Hanumanji entered the palace and wandered in each and every corner. Here, innumerable naked and half naked maidens, beautiful except for their disfiguring makeup, had fallen asleep with harps and violins and flutes and tambourines and guitars in their arms, and many instruments were lying carelessly on the floor, the smell of various liquors coming from their breaths, permeating the private apartments was revolting. Hanumanji looked at every beauty. Mm. Can this be she? This cannot be. Hanumanji felt no attraction to the half-naked damsels. He looked at them as if they were flocks of sheep. His sight ran further and further, never stopping to see anyone twice. Everyone seemed to be satisfied with the association of Rakshas Ravan. They seemed happy and did not suffer. Only Sita, he expected to find dissatisfied, tormenting, and weeping. And she was not to be seen anywhere. She was not there. The palace of Ravan was prosperity itself, with splendorous gems and pearls all stored in one place, but Hanumanji had no time to enjoy them at all. He entered the bedroom of Ravan, who was resting on his golden bed, covered with milky white silk sheet. His glorious, lustrous face and mighty arms were at rest, and his hypnotic eyes were closed. Hanumanji perceived and praised his superhuman, extraordinary personality. If this powerful, brave scholar of the Vedas would be righteous and devoted to Bhagavan, certainly he would be worthy to be king of the whole world. Then even the king of the Swargalok, Indra, would feel glorified to serve him. But this unrighteous opposer of God and opposer of philosopher's class was not to be respected and admired. Hanumanji turned his eyes away out of it. Suddenly Hanumanji's glance fell on the other bed where an extremely beautiful lady was sleeping. Ah, hooray! This must be Sita. I have never seen such a beauty in the whole of Lanka nor in the whole solar system. Indeed, this must be Sita, thought he. Out of rapturous joy, he kissed his tail and began jumping and climbing up and down the pillar. He bowed down at her feet. He looked at the slender waist and conch neck of this lotus-eyed lady. Her long black hair was let down and scattered around her hypnotically beautiful face. But as Hanumanji observed her, he lost hope because there were no lines of past grief on her face. In fact, her face was totally devoid of any signs of crying and lamenting. Second, her beauty was a maddening type of beauty. Although loveliness was dripping from each of her limbs, it was that kind of beauty which causes an intoxication, rousing sex desire in the observer. It was a burning beauty, not soothing, but a hypnotizing beauty, a violent beauty, not a silencing and peace showering beauty. Sita's beauty would not be so captivating, so grabbing, so hypnotic. It would be a liberating beauty, inspiring motherly affection and homage. In great hopelessness, with pain in his heart, Hanumanji walked away from the palace. In his hopelessness, doubt raised its head within, and he thought, alas, I have taken a vow of lifelong celibacy, and I have been looking at half naked ladies, sex enjoying ladies. Where has my vow gone? If after seeing them I still claim to be a celibate, shall I not be deceiving society? All right, thought Hanumanji, you have seen sleeping and naked ladies and you have stared at them, but you have done this for some higher purpose. You have been looking for Sita, the most beautiful woman in the entire solar system. If you won't search for her among the ladies, then where will you look for her? Among the birds and beasts? When the heart is pure, the reply always comes from within. The conscience speaks very clearly, and Hanumanji's inner voice echoed, mind is the controller of the senses. If the mind is pure, pollution is impossible on the level of senses. Your mind is pure, it is devoted to the works of Sri Ram, and your senses are the followers of your Sri Ram conscious mind. Suddenly, his great agony disappeared, only a great voiced can imagine, great Maoist can imagine how such an agony tortures. Another doubt arose, has Sita abandoned her body? Is it possible? By the constant persecutions of Ravan and the Rakshasas, ladies, maybe she gave up her hope and has let her body die. A torturous thought arose in the heart of Hanumanji. Oh, how shall I show my face to Sri Ram? Leaping the ocean has been in vain. He began to run. The watchmen were now groggy and careless. Hanumanji ran all the way once more to every bar and every cave and every grove and garden, to the Pushpaka airplane, and to all those places where an abducted princess might be kept. But he could not find her anywhere. Just yesterday, Sampati saw her crying in some garden. Where, where has he gone? Where has she gone today? Has Ravana eaten her? What shall I do? Shall I kill this wicked Ravan? Now a terrifying wrath began to redden his face and eyes. My dear friends, then a voice came, no, I will not carry Ravana through the space, raising him up in my arms and then dash his body at the feet of Sri Ram, and he will inquire about her. Walking, Hanumanji mentally bowed down to Sri Ram before doing such an extraordinary, appalling deed. Suddenly he became enlivened. Oh, how is it that I have not seen this building until now? How is such a building possible in Lanka? Hanumanji looked at a shining disc on the top and holy name of Sri Ram inscribed on the gate, and a basil garden in all the corners of the flower garden. It seemed they were not only for decoration, but they were served and watered and worshipped with respect also. The flame which was offered in the evening was still alive. Who lives here? How influential he must be! Even Ravan does not object to this way of living. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. As if nectar was poured into Hanumanji's ears, a masculine sound echoed and re-echoed from inside the building. Hanumanji desired to make his acquaintance. Such a gentleman cannot be a barrier to the deliverance of an abducted lady, he thought. The very nature of God-loving person is to respect the philosopher's class. If there is no respect and love for philosophers class and Brahmin class or Rishi class or Muni class, then or saintly person, then everything is shallow and havoc is created in his spiritual life. So Hanumanji reasoned, if this gentleman has established a temple in such a negative atmosphere, he must be very deep spiritually. So Hanumanji Maharaj assumed the form of an ascetic, a Brahman student, Gurukula student, and in front of the main door to the building he chanted quietly, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. The owner of the building was surprised, shocked, stunned, and quickly got up from his bed and rushed to the door. He greeted Hanumanji with folded palms, saying, Your Holiness, I am Vibhishan, the grandson of Rishi Pulasja and the younger brother of Ravan. I am offering my obeisances at your holy feet. A tall physical structure, bright, loving eyes, peaceful face, Vibhishan satisfied Hanumanji by greeting him from a little distance, as there is a law not to touch a holy man before taking a shower or bath. Who are you? Vibhishan said. You must have crossed 800 miles of ocean and you must be aware what horrible people we are. You must possess extraordinary power and intellect. The purpose of your visit must be great. You have graced me with your presence. May I know what service I may do for you? And Hanumanji knew this was a very humble and intelligent man. He felt that he could talk openly to him. I am the messenger of Sri Ram, the Olympian prince of Ayodhya and a minister of Sugriv, the king of Vanaras. I know that the king of Lanka has abducted the beloved consort of Sri Ram. I want to visit her. If you know where she is, please help me, please oblige. His voice trailed off into a whisper. Vibhishan answered, There is an Ashoka grove beside the royal palace, which is very dear to the king. In the center there is a beautiful pond full of lotuses and lilies, and by the side there is a marble building. A little distance from there is a huge Shinshupa tree, and so large and wide that it is easily visible. Sitting under that tree, you can see a lamenting lady with long brown matted hair like a line of golden flame. She never goes under the robe, neither does she